Good morning, everyone. Happy Wednesday. It is September 4th. Familiar face back on the Facebook Live.
Hi.
Lisa, Lydia, Scott here with you. Of course, we're live on Facebook every weekday morning. It stays on your feed, though, throughout the day, so you can watch it whatever it works best for you. Plus, remember, we make it into a podcast. You can find that at inform.com/podcast. Just look for the Inform Minute.
All right, we have a lot of weather to talk about, Lydia, but first, welcome back.
Hey,
We're glad you're here.
thanks.
We hope you had a great summer.
Yeah, I did have a great summer. Spend it snuggling a baby.
Yeah.
I mean, how
Yeah, it
hard
does
is
not
that?
get any better than that. It is hard.
Yeah, it
Still a lot of work, but
it
a lot
was
of
a lot of work. Yes, but she's the best baby, so
That's
she made
awesome.
it easy. Yeah, it's been really fun, and today went smooth with
Yeah.
the show. I was surprised at how just easy things come back to you, and yeah,
like riding a bike.
all went well. So
Cool.
yeah, hopefully onward and upward.
Yeah, well, we're glad you're here to track all the weather for us because we've got
Yeah.
quite a bit going on.
There is quite a bit going on. We've got this cold front moving through today, and it's going to bring in some changes.
Yeah.
Yesterday it was 88 here in Fargo, 2
Hot.
degrees away
It
from
felt
90.
hot to me.
It was
It
warm.
was, and it was a little bit on the humid side, and so it was toasty, kind of a summery feel. So today, still getting close to 80 degrees, cooler than yesterday, but warm,
Yeah.
not cold by any means. This cold front then rushes in and it changes our wind around to the north. It brings in colder air. It will touch off some thunder showers. We actually already have a few out there this morning, pretty isolated. I do expect more to develop later this afternoon. And then it's really going to push in some smoke too. So you know that hot air rises, colder air sinks. We've all talked about that. That's a very wide known thing, a well known thing. So when that colder air sinks, typically, it's bringing in the colder air, no big deal, but the sky way up above our heads is filled with wildfire smoke. And so a lot of that's going to get pushed down to the ground today, reducing air quality, reducing stench, might stink. Visibility could become a little bit of an issue, just kind of when you notice those hazier horizons when you're out there driving, especially in open country. So those are things that we'll really notice throughout the day today, kind of changing as the day goes on. There is a level 1 risk for severe weather. If you watched First News this morning, it was covering most of the viewing area. Now it's mainly just Fargo and off to the southeast. If a storm gets strong, we're looking at 1-inch hail and 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts. So kind of that baseline severe weather. Maybe just a rumble of thunder for most of us, a quick passing shower. That's about it. That's what we're seeing out there this morning too. Otherwise, temps near 80 today, and then the big talker tomorrow, I think, will be how much cooler it is.
Yeah. Oh,
Highs will be in the 60s tomorrow. Going with 69 in Fargo, so I mean, basically 70, but still it'll feel different tomorrow. And then we'll be in the 60s still on Friday. Saturday morning we wake up in the lower 40s.
Oh my goodness.
That'll be crisp if you're
Oh.
planning on tailgating either in Grand Forks or here in Fargo. It's jacket weather
Yep.
on Saturday morning.
Yeah, you don't want one.
Beautiful afternoon on Saturday, though, mostly sunny and about 70 degrees.
Okay.
Sunday looks pretty much picture perfect, mostly sunny and 75, and then next week I've got the 80s returning. So if you're
Summer's not done yet.
exactly, if you're not ready to let go of summer, I still have some heat for next week.
Yeah,
I think tomorrow and Friday will really feel like fall, and maybe a lot of people will be like, "Oh, this is it! Like this is the downhill slide into fall," but not quite yet. We still have some 80s next week.
Just a taste.
Yeah, just a little quick
Dig out
tease.
the hoodies, though, and the sweatshirts, because you're going to need them
Yeah.
half the day.
Yes, yeah,
At least.
yeah. It's that transitional wardrobe where you gotta like
Yes.
dress in layers this
Yep.
time of year. You need layers in the morning, and then you're like stripping it all off in the
Yeah.
afternoon.
Yeah.
So it's that time of year. Okay.
Well, thank you, Lydia. We're
Yeah.
happy you're back.
Cool.
Thanks. Good to be back.
She could have brought Penny with her.
I know.
Shut her off.
Yeah, need some more babies around here. All right, to our news headlines now. We touched on this a little bit. Right now, an air quality alert is in effect for northwest Minnesota. Of course, it could aggravate heart and lung issues. The impacted areas stretch from Moorhead to Roseau, east to Bemidji. The smoke, of course, is coming from Canada this time. I shouldn't say of course, because sometimes it's Canada, sometimes it's California. But this Canadian wildfire smoke that we're dealing with, of course, impacting North Dakota as well. We just have better alerts in place because of how Minnesota does it. It's going to be in place until at least 11 tomorrow morning.
All right, today road work starts in downtown Fargo. 4th Street North from 1st Avenue to 4th Avenue shut down already this morning. That is a pretty busy area, a lot of stuff in there. So if you're heading down there, just make sure to plan for that. You might have to find a different place to park or take a different route. And then tomorrow, crews will close 4th Street between 4th and 5th Avenue North to finish up their work. The good news with this, it's all pretty quick. It should be done by the end of the day tomorrow. So just inconvenient for a couple of days.
This is a big story we've been tracking for you. The City Commission in Fargo unanimously passed a much debated ordinance. It's now banning non-permitted camping citywide. And it's going to limit where people can sleep and how many people can stay in a camp. As a result of that vote, Fargo police can now remove a homeless person from certain property. Anyone who doesn't obey could be fined up to $1,000.
All right, Little Caesars in North Fargo is closed. A sign on its door says it's due to excessive Michigan-based corporate greed. So, take that for however you will. But the location is next to Fargo North High School. It opened back in 2015. And so since this one is closing, now there's only one Little Caesars location left in Fargo. That's on 45th Street near Home Depot.
And another big business headline, we now know what will happen at the site of the former Biltmore Hotel and O'Kelly's Bar and Grill. It closed just days ago. Now Gateway Chevrolet Cadillac says it has acquired the property and they plan on expanding onto that property, calling it an incredible opportunity.
For the second week in a row, NDSU will face off against a Hall of Famer. This week it's Eddie George. How the former Heisman Trophy winner and Tennessee Titan took over the Tigers, plus former Shanley standout Emmett Kenny is starting at Stanford. So the former Deacon joins the show at 10 o'clock to talk about being the starting kicker. Hot Mic is live from 9 to 11 on WDAY Extra and on Inforum.com.
Now's a great time to get your Inforum.com subscription. 99 cents a month for your first 3 months. Just go to Inforum.com/subscribe to check out that deal.
And remember, join us the rest of the day for our newscasts as well. Our next one's at 11, then 4, 5, 6, 9, and 10. And we'll be back with the first news tomorrow morning from 5 to 7.
Have a great day, everyone.